After the pharaoh, the most important person in the royal family was Queen T, the king's great wife. Her sculpture shows a powerful woman, the kind who got what she wanted, and her ambitions seemed to be focused on Amenhotep, her son, who would later change his name to Akhenaten. What Queen T wanted was for her son Akhenaten to be Pharaoh of Egypt. Akhenaten's older brother had died, but there were other contenders. There were fit young sons of the Pharaoh's minor wives. Under normal circumstances, any one of them could have been Pharaoh. But it was Queen T's ugly duckling son who became king. It's a curious quirk of history, but because of T's determination to place Akhenaten on the throne of Egypt, we still live with the consequences. Thrust to the top by his ambitious mother, the outcast boy became the ruler of Egypt. But what kind of pharaoh would the strange 18-year-old make? Just how strange the new pharaoh was became clear in the early years of Akhenaten's reign, when he began building his own temple at Karnak, the religious heart of Thebes. Karnak is actually a maze of temples, covering more than 100 acres. Built over a period of 2,000 years, each pharaoh added his own monuments to gain favor with the gods. When Akhenaten added his contribution, the people of Egypt knew something very strange had happened. He began an entirely new and weird art style. The pharaoh was shown with long toes, wide hips, extremely long fingers, breasts, and an elongated face. Nothing like it had ever been seen on an Egyptian temple. But the strangeness didn't end there. Standing in front of the temple were colossal statues of the pharaoh that accentuated his strange features even more. But that wasn't all. The temple was covered with scenes of the Aten, the sun disk, with its rays shining down, ending in hands holding Ankhs, the hieroglyph for life. Gone were Amun and the other gods of Egypt, replaced by the solar disk. The people must have wondered, where are the other gods? Soon they would learn. Akhenaten had declared, for the first time in recorded history, that there was only one God. He had turned 2,000 years of Egyptian religion upside down. The shunned boy was now in charge. As pharaoh, Akhenaten could no longer be excluded from the religious festivals, and there were plenty of them. During the Feast of Opet, the statues of the three main gods of Thebes, Amun, Mut, and Khonsu, were carried from Karnak Temple to Luxor Temple. The occasion called for days of dancing, singing, and feasting. I've often wondered why Akhenaten changed everything. He was king of Egypt. Why rock the boat? But if we're right about him being a rejected child, it would explain everything. He was like Cinderella. When his brother and sisters were going to religious festivals, he was left at home. And look what he was missing. The greatest show on earth. These were wonderful ceremonies that the young Akhenaten was missing. But there's a happy ending, at least for now. Akhenaten becomes king of Egypt. And with his power, he can make everything right. He'll reject the gods of Thebes. They were never his anyway. And he'll have his own private god, who loves him, the Aten. And he'll take his new religion and his new god, and he'll leave Thebes and all the childhood suffering. He'll start a new world. The only question is where.